Welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. All right, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Jello. Thanks.
Perfect. So we are very excited to get you on the show. So to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So I need your help here. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe let's start off with, what is your role in the business?
Sure. My name is 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗹. I'm an agent in northern New Jersey. So I focus on the northern half of the state. I've been licensed for about 3 years, trying to get my business to the next level.
Of course. So 3 years in the real estate business. So I also know for a fact that part of your business, part of your team is your very own Cyberbacker, right?
That's correct.
How long have you been partnered with the Cyberbacker?
Well, I'm on my second one. So I had one that started, I want to say, in early October, just a few months ago. And then she had some personal issues that she had to take care of with her family. So she had to resign. And then I was paired up with my current Cyberbacker, Robert, very late in December. So it's been about 6 weeks.
6 weeks. How's the experience so far, being partnered with your own Cyberbacker, Chris?
It's been great. It really allows me the time to focus on my 20% that's going to really drive my business to the next level. So that's the biggest change for me.
Of course. So again, focusing on that 20% to grow the business. Now, I want to know, before you partnered with Robert, your Cyberbacker, did you ever believe in the idea of a virtual leverage?
I hadn't really put much thought into it, quite honestly, and it was suggested to me by my coach that I work with, because a few of the other agents she was working with were starting to use part-time virtual assistants. So I said, sure, let me, I'd like look into it. And you guys came to mind. You were top of mind, and we went from there. And I said, well, let's do it. And we gave it a shot, and it's working out great. It's definitely a worthwhile investment.
All right, that's very good news to us, of course. Now, during that first conversation with Cyberbacker, of course, there would be that initial phone call, that first meeting with us. So what made you say yes, Chris?
I mean, this was back in September, I want to say, when I had that initial conversation. And I knew I liked everything I heard, and I knew that I was starting to set goals for this year. And I knew that in order for me to achieve those goals, I needed some leverage, because I wasn't going to, if I'm going to, my goal is to double my business, and that's not going to be from working twice as many hours. So I knew I needed to make that investment to free me up so I can really focus on the 20%.
Again, growing the business and working on the business, not just in it, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Now, you already mentioned your Cyberbacker, Robert. I'd like to know more about it. Can you tell me something about him? Let's say personality-wise.
Personality-wise, he's very eager to please. He's a great communicator, and he's very proactive. And when I interviewed him, I told him I wanted somebody that was proactive. And what I liked about him in the interview process, that he had already worked with, he's currently working with another KW agent, because he's part-time for me. He's 20 hours a week. He's currently working with another KW agent, which I also liked. And I said, listen, I want you to, whatever you're doing with your other client, I want you to bring ideas of what's working to me. And if I come up with an idea and you think it's not going to work, I want you to tell me that too. So it's been excellent communication, and he's very proactive. So that makes my job a lot easier.
All right, someone very proactive. Now, what are the things that he does for you in the business on a daily basis that really help you save time?
First and foremost, we meet every morning. Generally, it's a 15-minute Zoom, and I kind of have him wedged in between a few meetings, but it's really good, because it really kind of allows us to have that game plan for the day and what we're focusing on. And I suspect that over time we may not be doing daily calls, because it seems like we're more and more, as each week goes by, we're on the same page. we're in alignment with what our big action items are, and we've settled into a routine. So it's kind of just making sure we're on the same page, what we're really focusing on. So, one of the things he does every Monday morning, I have him compile statistics for me that used to take me an hour, say, and I need these by Tuesday morning. So I tell him, hey, Robert, just get these done Monday. I know they're going to be done. I know Tuesday morning when I wake up and I want to check a few numbers because I need them for meetings, I know I'm going to have them, right? So that it just, that's just one little example of what he's doing. He's also really been great with handling all my social media, which social media was one of those things that, as important as I know it is, I would get to it when I can get to it. Now there's more of a plan. So now we're being more proactive and more intentional with our social media posts. And I'm getting a lot of good feedback and engagement. So that's something that I wouldn't be able to do by myself. Not if I want to take my business to the next level. So I'm definitely excited to see what we can do from here. And it's only been 6 weeks, but I'm thrilled with Robert. He's doing a great job, and I feel the momentum really starting to build. So I'm excited.
All right, it's awesome to hear. Of course, I'm having that accountability partner that would handle the things that would take you away from focusing on the business, right? Yes. Now, my next question is a bit tough. I know it's only been 6 weeks with you and Robert being partnered. Now, did you have any challenges? Do you have any challenges so far that you've been going through working with Cyberbacker?
Well, I mean, there's always a challenge in the beginning for specific tasks and, little nuances. Like, for instance, I'm using 2 CRMs, have been using one, and I'm trying to segue into the second one. So I'm relying on Robert to really learn this new one because I know it has a lot of capabilities, and I haven't really been able to take the time myself to learn it. So I'm kind of throwing a lot at Robert. Hey, look into this. Tell me what you think. Which system should we use right now until he's more comfortable? Because I want him executing for me. So I want him comfortable. I just know that over time, I'm pretty sure I want to morph into this one system. But in the interim, we still need to focus on communicating with the database and things like that. So I want to make sure that I tell Robert, like, I really don't care how you get the message out, as long as you get it out. Over time, I'm going to want to work towards this other platform, but it doesn't really matter to me right now. However you're most comfortable and however we can get our message out timely, that's what's most important to me.
Of course, that's very, very important. Now, one last question for you, Chris. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So what piece of advice would you be able to give them when they're hiring their very own Cyberbacker?
I think you want to, one of the good things about Cyberbacker, and you asked me earlier, is like you give us a lot of information with the candidates. I remember the initial round, and
yes,
I had a lot of information, a video, a resume, a whole, I guess kind of like a DISC assessment, so to speak. So it really, gives me a lot of intel before going into that meeting. So take advantage of that. Try to figure out what you really want. I mean, I wasn't really sure the first go around what I really wanted. And then after about 2 months, I realized what I was really looking for in the second Cyberbacker. And I'm thrilled that I've been able to connect with Robert, and really good things are happening. So I'm very pleased with it.
Just trust the process and go through with it then.
Yeah, you do. You have to trust the process. You have to keep an open mind. And things may go in a little bit of a different direction, but that's okay at times. As long as you end up where you want to be in the end, that's all that really matters.
Yes, that's true. Now, by the way, forgot to tell you, Chris, that Robert is listening to us right now. Would you want to give him a quick shout out or any message you'd like to give him on the show?
Yeah, well, I think Robert knows how I feel about him. I try to be very supportive, and I do. He's part of the team, right? That's kind of the way I look at it. Robert is definitely helping me drive my business forward. So I want to make him take on somewhat of an ownership when it comes to that. And that's why early on I told him I wanted him to be proactive, and he's very proactive. And he's also very, he stays on top of me. When are you going to get this to me? When are you going to get that to me? And it's good because I tell him, okay, I'm going to get this to you later this morning. And then later this morning, he'll say, hey, where is it? I haven't gotten it yet. Are you going to get it to me? So it's pretty good. I have that person kind of in my ear at all times, trying to, keeping me on task, right? So I just want to say to Robert, you're doing a great job. and keep up the good work.
We are very, very excited to see where this partnership would be in the next few months and, of course, the years to come. Chris, thank you very much for being on the show today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Joe.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.